Brought to you by BlackMagic Design, the world's highest quality products for the feature film, post and broadcast industries. BlackMagicDesign.com, the Tonkawa Film Festival, celebrating short films from around the world. Tonkawafilmfestival.com. And by Dehancer. Use the promo code RABBIT to receive 10% off Dehancer products. Dehancer.com.
The first movie I caught was Park Chan-wook's No Other Choice. I want to say a satire thriller, satirical thriller, I guess it is, dark comedy, very much a parable about modern times that really, ironically, will come across to people will see a Korean filmmaker and think, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to relate to this. No. You will relate to this horribly and morbidly. But mind you, it is a wonderful movie. It is really great.
He is the director behind Old Boy.
Yes.
And The Handmaiden.
And The Handmaiden, one of my favorite movies.
So just give us like a little plot synopsis. Tell us what happens in the movie.
Well, it centers on a family man and his family. He's got the wife, he's got the 2 kids, the 2 dogs, the barbecue grill in the front yard, his dream house. And he's basically living the dream. And then one day, where he works, at the paper mill, is suddenly upended. Of years of working there, the Americans have come in, and then suddenly, one by one, all the people that he worked with are let go, and eventually he is. And when he tries to scramble back for work, he realizes that he's in a very, suddenly a complex situation of not only of proving that he's worthy of getting a job, but then of proving that he's even worthy of being considered a man in some cases. The whole idea of getting old and looking for work after a certain age comes across, whether in this culture or in many others, as it seems. It is a movie. It's a movie about job security. And what will drive some people sometimes in a desperate situation to do things that are beyond what seems like their control and their impulses in some cases. Because of the fact that he's not sure whether or not he can qualify for the job, he then goes on a sort of quiet campaign of putting ads out for his position in the neighborhood, in his local neighborhood, and gets the 5 applications of the men that would show up for the job. He then decides which one has the best shot at his job, which are 3 men in particular, and decides that those 3 men have to be eliminated in order to ensure that he gets work. Initially, it sounds crazy, but when you watch the movie and you see the build-up to it, you realize that his job prospects are slim to none, which is ridiculous because he had a career, 20, 30 plus years career in the paper industry, which is a whole other comment on modern times and what's going on right now, and the disposability not only of trees but of people. And he even makes a little correlation at the very end between basically we're doing the same thing to people that we do to trees, and we're just sort of just shredding them for the bark. And it gave me a lot of vibes of Parasite, and not because the Korean filmmaker, but because I don't want to spoil anything, but it gave me a lot of Parasite and the Player, Robert Altman's great film from the 90s. It should be watched.
I think we're going to probably see some of this stuff more and more, where we have these go to the ridiculousness to show, basically to indict capitalism.
Right.
When capitalism goes to the extreme, people are willing to kill and do whatever they need to do because they're desperate. This does sound like a pretty ridiculous, pretty extreme premise for a film.
Absolutely.
So the fact that he's making that work is kind of pulling a rabbit out of the hat, so to speak.
Yeah. It is, but then when you see it play out, it isn't as, unfortunately, it is not as ridiculous as it seems. I think that's the scariest part of it, which is I believe the dark comedy part, which the idea that with capitalism, to get ahead, and if it means
At any cost.
at any cost,
Yeah.
then sometimes you're celebrated for it.
Is it funny? Does it have humor
It
in it?
is hysterical, but you're laughing at, and you question whether or not you should be laughing.
So
I mean, all the time. But
like
it
a
is just so
gallows
good.
humor kind of thing?
Absolutely.
Okay.
When I say he goes about eliminating people, it sounds like he's just somebody just kind of, John Wick bumping them off. And it couldn't be any further from the truth. The last thing the man is a killer.
So he's doing this, but he's not really good at it yet.
He is awful at it. He's not even good at the surveillance part of it, which is, trying to figure out when to come in and do the deed. What he winds up doing is getting involved a little bit in each one's life, and he gets to know them just a little bit. And that gives it another kind of complexity to the whole mission.
I mean, there's other things I guess he could do to eliminate them. He could, he could blackmail them, make some sort of a scandal,
Right.
Eliminate them by, I don't know. There's probably 100 other ways he could do it except murdering them.
Right. I think the murdering part kind of goes along with the underlying sort of message of treating humans as disposable products, as much as like I said, as much as we treat the trees, the way that we treat the trees, and the disposability of the trees is the way that we're treating the worker, from top to bottom, as it seems.
Wow.
Yeah, it's interesting movie.
It sounds like a lot. I mean, I'll definitely. It's something that I liked Old Boy a lot.
Yeah. Don't take it as a lesson. It's not a lesson movie. It's not a message movie. But if you come out of it without getting that, then you ignored it on purpose.
Yeah, but there's definitely a message to it.
Absolutely.
This is the BTRP Media Network.